Hey guys, in this video, we're going to talk about the Woodlands. What's so special about living in the Woodlands, Texas? I have Ruth Hawkins with Century 21, one of the top agents in the Woodlands, and she's going to tell us what are the top three special things about the Woodlands. And Ruth, you want to take it from here?
Sure. Thank you so much. Well, I think one of the first things that people think about is location. The Woodlands is central to so many things, and it's a big hub for people that are relocating with their work. It's a great area for schools. We're 30 miles north of downtown Houston, and there's a lot of beauty here in the Woodlands. There's a lot of trees, and they try to keep everything natural. A lot of hiking and biking parks. There's 151 parks in the Woodlands, and there's
Wow.
over 200 miles of trails. There's always families out and about with their bikes, walking. And in this area, it is family oriented, singles, couples, and also we have areas for 55 and up that is just specific for that age group. So we have something for everyone here in this area.
Right.
In addition to the location, for centralized here, you can have access to a number of tollways, roadways, etc., to get you anywhere from east to west, north and south. So it is a really nice move that people do make. I've had clients move here specifically because it was good for their kids, for the schools. They choose it because there are public schools that have high ratings. There's also private schools, and those are very important to them. And in the Woodlands, you have several what we call villages, and within each village, there are stores, shopping, schools, etc. And of course, you have the trails that connect everything. And a lot of people will tend to go maybe towards a certain village. The Woodlands started back in '84 with Grogan's Mill, and then it expands about 9 miles west of I-45. Through the various villages. And our newest village is Creekside, which started in 2007. They're actually south of Spring Creek in Harris County. The rest of the Woodlands is in what we call Montgomery County. And so there's an array of choices for either townhomes, single family homes. In fact, I've got clients right now that they said, you know what, we're so busy with our life right now that we want to downsize, and they're going to change to an apartment on the Waterway, which is a beautiful view where they can just walk to restaurants and so on. So I think because it can be so interchangeable, you can move up in size, move down in size, patio home, town home, 2-story, 1-story, what have you, larger yards, not so large of a yard. And with the trees, it's just so attractive to so many people because it's just, they feel like they're in nature even though they're in the city, and they can get to the town center hub quickly and go down there and have some dinner. You can eat indoors, outdoors. There's just a variety. So
Right, and you have a great picture in your background as well, right? So that's part of the waterway.
it is. This is part of
Hanging
the
out.
waterway, and they have little boats you can go on and take a little tour. And also, they have a trolley that you can ride around the Woodlands and just kind of, it'll drop you off. There's no charge, and you can go shopping and so on. We also have the marathon here that is also a Boston qualifier, and that's huge. People come from all over, and then they see that we're here, and so
Absolutely.
it's very community centered oriented, which is another reason that people love it.
Yeah, and I think that some people, I think there might be a misconception that people think that it's only, very expensive homes, right? And that's not the case at all. You have, I mean, the Woodlands is designed for families of all ages, all backgrounds and groups. Like you can have everything here, right?
Yes, you can. We have homes, smaller homes that are right around the 200,000, all the way up to very grand homes that are in the millions. We have gated communities as well. And if you're into
Absolutely.
golf, we have golf. There's 3 different golf courses here. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, and another thing is that I mean, the Woodlands, it's just all trees, right? Everyone who comes down here, they're always surprised. They think that Texas is open space and hot temperatures, and but they're not expecting to see so many trees because it truly is. I mean, people live here for years. They drive down, and you don't see the signs, you don't see the shops, the grocery stores. It's all trees, right?
Mhm. It is. We use our GPS a lot, and the roads are not. They're not straight. They're curvy, so you have a
Mhm.
nice little drive as well, um, and always good views when you're driving around. There's also a large number of pools. I think there's about 14 different pools within the Woodlands, and you can go to any of those
Mhm.
when you live here. So you can, if they've got friends over in this village, they can just kind of go back and forth if you don't have your own pool. So they
Just to
make
hang
it
out, yeah.
really great for relaxation and getting out and outdoors and refreshing yourself, which is great, especially now, to just get outside, get some good sunshine and just refresh your mind and get out and meet people.
Right, right. And when you have clients coming over, as one of the relocation specialists here in the Woodlands, where do you see clients usually moving from?
There's a lot of people coming from California. I've had people from Louisiana, also Illinois, Utah, New Jersey. So they do come from a large range, Michigan. So we get a lot of people that come here. They love it. And some have never been here. Sometimes people have family that are here or friends that have told them about it or they visited. And then they just decided to make it home.
Right, right. And when they move here, what are the first things they say? Like what's an eye opener for them?
I think if I had to pick one of the top things they say is people are so friendly.
Right.
They love and the food.
The
They love
food.
the food and they say the people are so nice. So those are a
Yeah,
couple things that I hear a lot.
I agree. I agree. I moved from New Jersey too, so same thing. It's
Okay.
the food and the people, and eating crawfish for the first time in my life when I turned 30.
Uh-huh.
Like, what is crawfish? I'm like, okay, you'll see.
Right. And we have the crawfish festivals. We're always having some kind of a festival or something in different seasons and that brings everybody out too. It's a nice way to meet people as well.
Right, right. So what would you also say are the best practices if somebody wants to move here? Maybe we can talk about the current market right now, and like there's not that many homes out there for sale right now, right? So what would be your advice and best practices to someone who's looking to move here to the Woodlands, and maybe there's not that many homes right now, but what would you advise them to do?
The first and most important thing is to talk to your lender. So you definitely want to have a conversation with Peter, and you need to find out, first of all, what's your buying power. Because when we go into a home, so many homes right now, they have multiple offer situations, and you need to know what's your buying power. Can you go above asking? Are you able to do that? Do you have the capability if you wanted to waive an appraisal? Those are things that make your offer stronger. So there's steps that you need to look at before you go into it so that you can present the best offer possible and have a lot of patience.
Have
It
a lot
takes
of
a it,
patience.
it
Yeah.
takes a lot of patience when, especially in this market, it's so fast that you may not get home number one. You may or may not get home number two, but you're going to end up, I always say, and it's never failed, you are going to get the home that you're supposed to have. You're
Right.
going to get the right home, but you do have to have some patience because there's just so many factors and there's lower inventory and so many people are coming here because of all the opportunities.
Yeah, no, I agree. And patience is a big one, right? So if you have, what's the longest you've worked with clients before they actually went on a contract?
It's a few months. I have a couple right now, and they're relocating for work from Louisiana, and they're very patient, which is good. But it's a journey because they're putting in really solid offers, but for whatever reason, we're still looking. So
Yep.
it's been a few months, but it's okay because they have time. And if you don't have time, you have to just work on your own calendar, but just also know that it may take a little bit longer and maybe have a plan B just in case. Like an Airbnb to stay at or something of that nature. I've had clients do that as well.
Right. I'm happy you mentioned that, right? Because that might be a good option for someone who sold their house in a different state. They relocated for work. They're here already, but they can't buy yet. So what kind of options would they have, short term? Would you do Airbnb or short term lease? What are the
Yes.
options if they already sold the house in a different state and they're just waiting for the right home?
Yes, and Airbnb is what some people choose. Sometimes we can find a short-term rental. They can be a little bit more difficult to find, maybe a 6-month versus a 12-month, but they can be found at times.
Yeah, that's definitely a good option and especially worth waiting, right? The Woodlands is kind of unique and very special. So if you want to move down here, we invite you guys, and obviously we have options, and you just want to make sure you have the right team in place to help you in the process.
Exactly.
Awesome. Hey, Ruth, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your insights. If somebody has any additional questions about the Woodlands specifically, or maybe even the surrounding areas, how can they reach you? What's the best way to get a hold of you?
They can call me, they can text me. My number is 502-645-1356.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If you find this helpful, and let's give Ruth some kudos, okay? Everybody is always nervous about going on video. You did a great job. Thank you, Ruth. Make sure you drop a note in the comment section. Say, Ruth, you did a fantastic job, and look forward to seeing more videos like this that will be helpful to you guys in the home buying process. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thank you.